Welcome back to Ms. Riley's maths videos. That's what they are. I'm working through some revision questions on indices for my 6th years. Exercise 2.7 in texts and tests. These are the questions I'm going to work through. Questions 4, 5, 6 and 7. So let's see how we get on. So question 4. This is exercise 2.7, text and test 3. Question 4 has complete these. So in other words, 2 to the power of something by 2 to the power of minus 2 equals 6. So this would have to be 8. That's the answer. Okay. 3 to the power of minus 1 over 3 to the power of something is equal to 3 to the power of minus 5. So minus 1 minus something equals minus 5. So that box would have to be 4. Okay. Yeah. Minus that box is minus 4, so that box would have to be 4. It's probably actually harder to explain it than it is to do it, to be honest. Part 3, a squared by a to the power of minus 4 is equal to a to the minus 3. So a to the minus 2 by a to the power of something equals a to the minus 3. So that must be a to the power of minus 1. Okay, because minus 2 and minus 1 would give you minus 3. Part 4. This is part 3, part 2, part 1. Part 4. B to the power of something over b to the minus 3 is equal to b to the power of 5. So something minus 3 equals 5. So b to the power of something minus 3 is equal to b to the power of 5. So something plus 3 is equal to b to the power of 5. So that something must be 2. So it's b squared. Should be what that is. B squared. Part 5. We have 5 to the power of something to the power of 3 is equal to 5 to the power of minus 12. So what multiplies by 3 to give you minus 12? Because these two powers are going to multiply together. So the something in the box must be minus 4. In other words, 5 to the minus 4 to the power of 3 is equal to 5 to the minus 12. Part 6. 2 to the power of something to the power of minus 5 is equal to 2 to the power of 10. So we've got something times minus 5 equals 10. Excuse me, so that's something. It's going to be minus 2. So because minus 2 times minus 5 is plus 10. So 2 to the power of minus 2 to the power of minus 5 will give us 2 to the power of 10. So it's really, anyway, it's just checking out that you understand how the rules work. Question 5. Question 5, simplify these. 9 squared by 5n to the power of 9 will be 5n to the power of 2 plus 9, which is 11. Part 2, 2n by 3n squared. 2 by 3 is 6, n by n squared is n cubed. Part 3, 7n to the power of 5 by 3n to the power of 8. 7 by 3 is 21. n to the power of 5 by n to the power of 8 is n to the power of 13. Part 4, let's see, 5n squared by 2n cubed by 3n to the power of 4. So 5 by 2 by 3 is 5 by 2 is 10 by 3 is 30. n squared by n cubed is n to the power of 5 by n to the power of 4 is n to the power of 9. Part 5, 4n all squared. Now be careful here, everything has to be raised to the power. So this is 4 squared n squared, which is 16n squared. Part 6, 2n cubed, again it's 2 cubed n cubed, so 8n to the power of 3, or 8n cubed. Part 7, 5n squared cubed, so it's 5 cubed and then n squared cubed. So 5 cubed, 2 by 3 for those powers because it's a power to a power, n to the power of 6. So 125 n to the power of 6. And part 8, 2n cubed to the power of 5 will be 2 to the power of 5 n cubed to the power of 5. So that's 2 to the power of 5 is 32. N cubed to the power of 5 is n to the power of 15, because you multiply the powers. And that's question 5 done. Okay. Question 6. We have part 1, 6m to the power of 9 over 3m squared will be 6 divided by 3 is 2. M to the power of 9 over m squared, we subtract the powers, so 2m to the power of 7. Part 2, I'm just going to pause for a moment. So this is question 6 part 1, and we've done question 6 part 2. 2m to the power of 8 over 10m to the power of 6. So it's going to be 2 divided by 10, which is going to be 1 divided by 5. And then you've got m to the power of 8 over m to the power of 6. So that's going to be 8 minus 6 is 2, but that 2 goes on top. So looking at the numbers, we end up with 1/5. But looking at the letter m, we end up with m squared on top. So m squared to the power of 2. Okay, so that's a bit weird. Part 3, we have 2m cubed over m to the power of 7. So think this through yourself first. What do you think it's going to end up as? So yeah, the 2 is going to stay as it is on top, but the letters m cubed over m7 are going to m to the power of 7. It's going to be m to the power of 4 underneath. Or you could have 2m to the power of minus 4, but the minus 4 there only refers to the m, not to the 2. So you just need to remember that. Part 4, 8m to the power of 6 over 12m to the power of 3. So 8 and 12, I can cancel. 4 goes into that twice, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So it's going to be 2/3. M to the power of 6 over m to the power of 3. It's going to be 6 minus 3, which is m cubed. So it's going to kind of be 2m cubed over 3, or 2/3 m cubed. Part 5 is going to be 15m to the power of 5 over 10m to the power of 7. So 15 over 10, again I can cancel. 5 goes into that 3 times, 5 goes into 10 twice. So it's going to be 3 over 2. And then 5, either 5 minus 7 is minus 2, so it'd be m to the power of minus 2. Or you could have 3 over 2 squared. 7 minus 5 is 2. So it really depends what way you want to do that. And usually they will specify to you, they'll say give with a positive power, or just write with a power. Okay. And finally, question 7. Question 7, find 4 pairs of equivalent expressions. So let's look at this, and I'll use my pencil. You know how I hate writing on textbooks. I have a pencil here. So 4 pairs of equivalent expressions. So let's put something underneath this as well to make it easier to lean on. So let's see. Well, this one is going to be 6 over 3 is 2. X to the power of 8 over x to the power of 2 is x to the power of 6. So there we are. That connects with that. A goes across to E. X to the power of 6 over 2. Well, let's see. This one is going to be 12 x to the power of 4 over 6x. So that is going to be 2, but it's going to be over x to the power of 4, which actually connects with that one, because 8 minus 4 is 4. So those two connect. This one's going to be 8 divided by 4 is 2. X to the power of 9 over, that's going to be x to the power of 4. So C connects with G. And this one's going to be 5 over 10, so it's 1 over 2. X to the power of 6. So x to the power of 6 over 2, so that's going to be B. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful. Talk to you again.